My doctor said, you've got breast cancer. You're going to need to find a surgeon right away. Have a nice day. My primary care physician was on the phone telling me I needed to come in for further tests because it showed something on my MRI.
They called me 2 days before Christmas and told me that I had breast cancer.
I had a cyst on my left breast. They took it out and I went to the doctor, and I remember him saying to me, "Oh, I have some bad news." And he tells me, "You have cancer."
I was diagnosed in November of 2016. I was 46 years young, and I have HER2 positive metastatic breast cancer. I was diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer because it had already spread outside of the original area of diagnosis.
I got the diagnosis. I was sent to UC Davis. So my treatment in an overall sense was right breast mastectomy, lymph node removal, underarm surgery, IVF treatment, 18 weeks of chemotherapy, 5 weeks of daily radiation, liver surgery, and all the things in between.
My treatment protocol began in January of 2005. We started with surgery, we did chemotherapy, then we did radiation, and then I was on a hormone pill for 5 years.
I had decided to get a bilateral mastectomy because my cancer was so aggressive. For my livelihood and for me to live, I had to make a decision based on what was before me. And because of the recurrence, they wanted to go back in and do further surgery. So I was recommended to go get a second opinion and had to switch hospitals in order to be a part of a clinical trial, which is scary enough for Black women or Black people in general because of the treatment here in America when it comes to clinical trials in the medical field and Black people.
I'm looking at doctors that I didn't really know what they did.
I was just another number as far as I was concerned. Wasn't concerned. You can wait. It's not cancerous and all of this stuff. And everyone else was saying, we need to take care of this.
He was very cold, very nonchalant. And I was not only shocked, but I just thought that somebody, in the medical industry would hold my hand or be a little bit more empathetic. But he just handed me a pamphlet and he said, I have other patients. Basically, there's a door.
They may see maybe 10 to 15 to 20 people a day. So that doesn't leave for a lot of empathy nor a lot of intentional care.
The evidence is clear because we're being diagnosed at an early age at increasingly rapid numbers. There's no sense of urgency in this space, especially for young Black women.
I wasn't finding what I needed available with regard to services and resources for Black women diagnosed with breast cancer, resources that would show hope. Everything that I found, including my conversation with my doctor, said that I was going to be dead within 5 years.
While we've made a lot of advances in public health, our public policies, our public institutions, and our systems, unfortunately, continue to perpetuate and repeat a history of oppression when it comes to policies.
We have so many hoops we have to jump through to just get a test to see if we are positive for cancer or not.
I am grateful to Carrie's Touch, who journeyed with me from day one of diagnosis. And Tammy would always remind me, use your voice, advocate for yourself.
Because we've been socialized to not say anything, to not question authority, to not push back on what the doctors tell us, most of our women don't go into the doctor's office with empowerment.
I found early on that you have to advocate for yourself.
Fight like you never fought before. Get in the ring with your gloves on.
I am a young Black breast cancer survivor who had to advocate throughout my entire journey.
I never went to an office visit or to a doctor without one of my daughters, and they journaled the whole thing.
Every time I went to an appointment, either my husband or my daughter were with me, and they would tape the conversation so that we didn't miss anything. It was always beneficial for someone else to have ears and eyes listening to what was going on.
My breast cancer patients have had to really accept that this is a lifelong diagnosis. Many of us have been lucky to have experience with diseases that are self-limited. You sprain your ankle and it's over, you break your bone, you get a cast or a surgery and that's over too. And from what I'm hearing from you, Tresla, and from what I see in my patients, is that the experience of breast cancer and all of the treatments that you have has had such an effect on your body and also on your spirit and on your mind. Living with this is really not just living through the chemo or the radiation or all of the reconstructive surgeries or all of it. It's continuing to be mindful of the effect this has had on your body.
Some days I feel like the walls are caving in. Some days I feel like I'm drowning.
You have to have faith. You have to be positive. You cannot fold.
By the grace of God, a phenomenal medical team and a tribe that is unmatched, I am here today, mighty and strong, 16 years.
My mother was around for all of my grandchildren to really know her. She got to know all of her great-grandchildren. I just kind of keep putting myself in my mom's place, you know. So I'm just praying that I can live to see some more great-grandchildren.
Only my closest friends know that I've had cancer. I never really talk about it and tell people my story, and I want to bring awareness to it, and I also want to heal myself too.